Hello students, welcome to the fourth video of this playlist. So in this video we will be solving question number 4 from P4 2023 October paper. So let's get started with question number 4. So basically the concepts behind this question is from Proof by Contradiction that is discussed in the first chapter of your P4 book. So in order to be able to solve this question, we should have idea about the concepts that is discussed in the first chapter of your P4 book. Okay, so let's start with the first question, part A. Okay, in part A they are asking proof by contradiction that for all positive numbers k plus 9 over k greater than or equal 6. Fine, we need to use proof by contradiction. So what is proof by contradiction? Basically in proof by contradiction what we do, we consider the opposite thing to be true, right? And then considering the opposite thing as true, we do the workings. Okay, and after doing the workings we will see that according to our approach we are going towards something that is not possible to happen, or that is not actually happening according to our assumption. Okay, then we can get a contradiction, right? So in this case there is an equation given, there is an inequality given, k plus 9 over k greater than or equal 6. So basically in contradiction what I said earlier, that we consider the opposite to be what? True, right? So in this case what should be the opposite? In part A what we can write, for part A, the opposite, what would be the opposite? The opposite would be, we will assume that the opposite to be true. So assume that for all positive for all positive numbers k. Okay, now very important thing is that most of the students get confused, what on which thing we need to do the assumption. Okay, you might get confused, should we take assumption on this part, the number of the positive numbers k? Should we do assumption on that? Should we consider that all negative numbers? No, we should make condition, we should make assumption on the thing that we need to prove. So here we need to prove this inequality, right? So in that case we need to consider this opposite inequality will be true. Okay, assumption has to be made on the inequality or the equation that has to be proven. Okay, for all positive numbers k, this is just a condition given. Okay, this is just a condition given, we will not make any assumption on the given condition. Okay, so assume that for all positive numbers k, we will assume what? K, what? It is plus, should we make minus? No, the equation is k plus 9 over k, it will be as it is. Okay, 9 over k, but in the inequality we will make some changes in the sign. It is greater than or equal, it is greater than or equal. So what's the opposite of greater than or equal? We can say only less than 6. Why not less than or equal? If you write less than or equal, then it becomes similar to what they have asked for, right? But in contradiction we have to consider the opposite. That means it shouldn't be even equal, it shouldn't be even equal to 6. So that means we need to ignore equal. Okay, we need to ignore equal, it should be just less than 6. Now we need to do the workings. In contradiction we will consider the opposite thing as true, and considering that fact we will do the workings. So how can we do the workings? At first, in this case what we can do, we need to simplify this inequality. So let's simplify. we need to multiply. Since k is positive, so we can multiply but the both sides without changing the sign. So that would be what? K squared plus 9 is less than what? Is less than 6k. Fine. Now there might be a question that why I am not multiplying by k squared, because k is positive, that's why. Okay, so k squared, take 6k to the left, so k squared negative 6k plus 9 is what? Plus 9 is less than what? 0. Now let us simplify it more so that we can have some conclusions. Okay, so k square minus 6k plus 9, we can write it as k minus 3 whole squared. Okay, we can simplify it and write k minus 3 whole square is less than 0. Now we can see that here we are approaching towards something that is impossible to happen according to maths. What? K minus 3 whole square, where k is a positive constant, and k minus 3 whole squared, a whole squared number can never be what? Negative. But my inequality says what? It's less than 0. It doesn't make sense, right? So that is basically the contradiction. That is basically making the contradiction. What it contradicts? It contradicts our assumption. Okay, it contradicts our assumption. So you have to do the conclusion here, like here k minus 3 whole square, right? It was k minus 3 whole square. Let me write it down. K minus 3 whole squared, k minus 3 whole squared is greater than, is positive. Okay, we will write is positive, is positive, is positive for all positive values of what? Values of k, right? And is equal to 0. Look, there is a condition that it is equal to 0 when k equals to what? K equals to 3. Now think one fact here. Look, if we had considered less than or equal, okay, then we would see that it would give us less than or equal. Then there would be a case where this inequality would be true. What case is this? If k is 3, because k is positive number, so if when k will be 3, you would get 0. So we will get a case where this inequality would be true, and so we would not be able to make contradiction. Make sense? So we didn't consider what? We didn't consider equal. Since we didn't consider equal, let's erase equal. Yeah, since we didn't consider equal, that means none of the cases supports this inequality. That is, so what we can write? Hence it contradicts our what? Contradicts our assumption, right? Assumption. Therefore it's proven what? What is proven? It's proven that for all positive values of k, now just write the inequality that they wanted. K plus 9 over k, k plus what? 9 over k, it's what? It's less than or greater than or equal 6. Greater than or equal 6. So since the assumption we made it's incorrect, so its just opposite thing will be the true. We assumed less than, so its just opposite would be what? Greater than or equal. It would be what? Greater than or equal. This is the proof by contradiction of part A. Done. Next, for part B, they ask, show that the result in part A is not true for all real numbers. It's not true for all real numbers. Basically, in question B, we have to go back to our some AS levels concept, that is proof by counterexample. Okay, how did I understand that? We need to show that. Just it says show that it is not true for all real numbers. So we will consider, since in previous part A you can see that they considered k is all positive number, right? So let us just consider what k equals to, you can consider 0, you can consider any negative value. Okay, let's consider k equals to -3. You can take 0 or any negative number, up to you, no problem. So consider what we are considering. We are considering k equals to what? -3. So we will consider k equals to what? -3, since they said all real numbers. So -3 is a real number, definitely. Okay, k equals to -3, then what you will get? K plus the value for k plus 9 over k. K plus 9 over k would be what? -3 plus what? 9 over -3. 9 over -3, right? So what you will get? -3, that is -6, which is what? Not greater than or equal. It's not greater than or equal 6. So this is not what? Following the given inequality. Okay, so you just make a conclusion. First conclusion, you need to write the conclusion first. Hence, the given inequality is not what? Is not true for all real values of k. Values of what? K. That's it. This is the end of this fourth video, where we solved question number 4 from October 2023 P4 paper. That's it.